Crab paste is a mix of crab guts and roe, preserved with vinegar and cooked down with garlic and salt. We are used to seeing it in jars, unknown to us as how tedious the process of making it is, solidifying its place as one of the best Filipino condiments. Sasmuan is home to the freshest seafood you'll find in Pampanga, where most of its residents' main source of income are bountiful catches of fish, tiger prawns, mussels, and more. It's no wonder that 85% of the labor force in Sasmuan are heavily involved in its aquaculture. Beyond the diversity of the seafood, one of the local treasures is Taba na Talangka. And to score one of the best jars in the municipality, look no further than the likes of Aling Tisya. She'll show us how it's made, and we will show you how you can use it in a modern kitchen.
Nung nagsimula ako, marami akong dinanas para magtrabaho ako kasi yung mister ko nakikipaglabas lang ng sa ilog. Tapos ang kita niya 50 pesos lang. Ayun, nag-umpisa akong nagtrabaho. Nagtinda ako ng ipon sa palengke. Nung tapos naman sa pagkaano ko sa palengke ng ipon, iba na naman yung binenta ko. Puro alimango, tapos binibigay ko sa mga exporter. Nung tumaas yung alimango, tumigil na ako. Taba na lang ng talangka. Ito matagal na to, 30 years na akong gumagawa ng taba. Yung suki ko, naguhulog sa akin ng talangka, nagtitinda. Nagbabayang sell ako ng puro buhay. Kaya may nagturo sa akin, yung suki ko. Mag-ano ka na lang ng tabang talangka, sabi niya sa akin. Nagumpisa ako noon, sako-sako pa. Minsan 500 kilos ang pinupusit namin ng mga kapatid ko. Mura pa noon, yung 450 ngayon, 30 pesos lang. Mula noon, ito na lang. Ganito yung pag madaling araw, punta na ako ng Guagua, 2:00 ng madaling araw. Tapos, pag uwi ko dito, bandang 3:00 ng madaling araw, nandito na yung mga kapatid ko, nag-uumpisa na sila. Natatapos sila noon 6:00. Ako na magluluto noon na wala akong pahinga. Papahinga lang ako pagluto na yung linuluto kong taba. Ganito yung pagbubukas ng talangka. Ito, gawakan mo lang ng ganyan, yon. Sa init, kaya naiwan yun, Kaya wala nang laman yung tulukob niya. Kailangan maalis ito kasi marumi. Pinupusit namin to. Tapos, lulutuin ko na. Bago ako natuto, matagal pa na natatapon lahat yung pinaghirapan ko. Pero ngayon, hindi na ako natatakot na masira. Kasi tinuruan ako na pakuluin ko muna yung taba ng talangka bago ko bigyan ng suka. Yun ang pinakatimpla nito. Kapag walang suka, masisira. Pag tuyo na, ayun, magpakulo na ako ng mantika tapos bawang. Luto na nun kasi matagal maluto, minsan 2 oras. Eto, asin tsaka betchin. Pampasarap to. Yan ha. Yung tinatalawsik na mantika niyan, hindi na po puro mantika, tubig pa yun. Kailangan wala nang sabaw. Hindi ako kumakain talangka, tumatakman lang ako. Ganyan lang, tinitikman ko lang. Luto na. Yun ang pinakamasarap. Yung kagaya nung nagluluto ka ng ulam, panakulong ng pinakulong para walang lansa. Ener! Oy, kunin mo to, atid mo sa sa Guagua doon sa Betes, kay Dangdang. Sabihin mo 900 isa, bali 3,600.
Now that you've seen the meticulous process behind making taba talangka, then you know why people prefer buying it. It is something that takes a lot of time and a lot of know-how to make properly. So if someone does it better than you, let that person do it. A key to taba talangka in general when you get it, this is the actual product that Tisya made. Before using anything, as you can tell, it's something of an heirloom recipe, meaning variations and diversity between the families making it. So when you buy it, even from the supermarkets and things like that, it's really key to first grab a little piece out, put that in a pan, and we'll just taste it raw, quote unquote, raw first. Very subtle. Not a lot of salt was added to this. Extremely rich and fatty. So I know if I'm gonna use this, then I need to season kind of liberally the food. Perfect. So we asked around in Pampanga, how is taba talangka actually used? Because it's one of those things that allows people to be creative. So even in Pampanga itself, you'll see this used in many different dishes, and people actually take a lot of creative licenses with it in terms of adding it to their food. So I'm gonna show you two very untraditional dishes. The first one being kind of like a South Indian prawn curry, not really from South India. And then the second one will be a very simple fettuccine crab fat sauce dish. Key things when you're making curry or using spices at home, I always just tell people, make sure you toast your spices. So black pepper into our pan, coriander seeds, cumin, turmeric, dried red chilies. All that flavor is just gonna intensify. Once that's good, we can go ahead and transfer everything to our blender. We're gonna blend this in multiple parts. We're gonna start with this, and then we're gonna start adding some other aromatics, getting the paste. So this is not a spice blend, it's more like a paste. That goes into our new Ninja blender. We're gonna add now 2 cloves of garlic. Weird, but stick with me here. A little bit of coconut meat. This also gives body to the sauce that eventually you'll be building. Tamarind paste for some acidity. Beautiful curry leaves, so beautiful and fragrant. I'm actually gonna keep these whole. Controversial take. I think prawns are better with the poop sacks. I always tell people, try things out at home and see what you prefer. It actually tastes way better. If you want, you can split it in two just to kind of have that sauce kind of penetrate inside, but we're not gonna remove that black thing that everyone tells you to remove. Open it up a little bit. We're not looking to butterfly this or anything, but we're keeping everything. Taba talangka already has quite a bit of fat in it, but we're gonna help it out with a little bit more oil. Then we're gonna start rendering out the crab fat. When it's bubbling like that, I'm gonna add in my curry leaves. A lot of flavor is gonna come out for there.
And then our prawns. Red onions, just to the side, just to toast them up a little bit. We'll give that a minute or so before flipping them over. Spice mix goes in. Remember, I still have not added any salt nor sugar. Coconut milk goes in. Let that bubble away. Let that fat kind of separate from the coconut milk. If you guys have been following our Pampanga series so far, everything I'm doing here kind of reflects the way they cook there. It's really based on taste and based on the families you talk to, and we've done a lot of documentaries that kind of show you that show you, yes, there's this pride in Pampanga in terms of their food and cuisine, but it's even more localized than that. It's not just the community that have different dishes, but it's the families themselves, which I think is pretty special. So if you haven't been watching, make sure you watch all of them. That's fire. Okay, we're gonna add some curry leaves and then just finish everything up. I've got some biasong, which is a nice kind of like bitter, acidic note to it that I really love. Yummy. Food is best had when shared, so I'm going to call up two people who you haven't seen yet on the channel much. Nika and Sam to come taste the food and wear the dunce cap of tasters. Whatever happens, the food is delicious. Okay. For context, Nika and Sam are joining us as content creators at FEATR, so you'll be seeing their face more and more. If everything goes well, if they taste the food well today.
What are the flavors you're getting?
I love how the acidity actually cuts through the talangka. It's actually very rich. It's actually very, very delicious.
Thank you.
Now passing the hat.
You may stay.
This dish actually reminds me a lot of Australia. Over there, it's really vibrant, the culinary scene. What are you doing? I'm finding the one with the poop. I'm finding the one with the poop, pero parang wala na yung may ano.
So this is how you
The
eat a
poop
shrimp,
set.
Sam. Let me show you. First thing you do, it's really simple. You just pull it right
I
out,
am finding the poop, guys.
twist, just twist it, and
'Cause
boom.
there.
Why did that take me 10 seconds and it took me like 40 seconds?
To find the one.
Make sure you get a lot of sauce on it.
Yeah. Respects both cultures, but at the same time has a very, very unique flavor profile.
Pasta water, lots of salt. This recipe is actually gonna go by very quickly, so we really don't have to do much to it. Taba talangka, same thing. Go ahead and put a big lump here in this pan. This is gonna give us all that flavor, all that fattiness, everything that we need already. And then just to kind of flavor things more, it's a combination that I was thinking about in my head. It makes sense. I haven't tried it before, so let's see if it works. Taba talangka with some tarragon and some Dijon mustard. Dijon mustard. I'm gonna chop up all my other herbs as well, simply because we have fresh pasta, so that's gonna take like 3 minutes to cook. Now, really simple. All we're gonna do is we're gonna toss in our spring onions first, so anything that needs to be cooked down with the taba talangka. This is kind of one of those dishes that you can literally add absolutely anything you want. Obviously, we're not doing a traditional Italian pasta because we're already adding some crab fat in there, so you can do so much with this ingredient, so have fun with it at home. Now that it's nice and toasted, we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of our mustard. It's gonna bring great balance and acidity to the fatty ingredient. You can use a bit of crème fraîche, you can use some cream, you can use some sour cream, depending on what you want and depending on the flavors you want as well. That should develop kind of like a nice color a nice yellow orangey color. Jalapeno. Pasta water. Put our fettuccine in there, and then all we gotta do is wait for everything to be cooked. Last finishing touches, I have some cayenne pepper, some of my garlic chives, and some tarragon. Don't worry too much if things have dried out a little, because you're gonna use some of that pasta water to thicken everything up. So go straight from one pot to the pan. And in terms of that ratio on how much sauce you want, it really is up to you. I'm just looking for a nice little coating, a nice little sheen, nothing too slodgy. Let's give this a taste. This looks so good. And it's actually quite simple. Primary flavor is that crab fat, which is what you want. Like if you're in a menu and you're kind of reading crab fat pasta, you want it to taste like crab fat. And it's just kind of supported and complemented with all the other ingredients in there. And I think key in terms of giving this dish kind of its unique flavor is really that mustard. It gives it a sense of kind of gravity. It anchors the flavor, right? With the cream and the tarragon. Just a combination that works really well. And I think this is one of those ingredients that can really kind of represent the Philippines internationally. It's one of those things that would come highly appreciated as an ingredient in your fridge to cook and have fun with. If you haven't yet, please make sure to check out all the other Pampanga documentaries that the team has been hard at work publishing, everything from how burro is made to a massive food crawl that I've hosted myself, where I try to understand the context of Kapampangan food, as well as different stories, and crab fat being one of them. So please support the channel and have a look at all those videos. See you guys in the next one. Delicious.